Alright folks, the Prototipo 6 Premium Tier 8 Italian medium tank, the original body of the Felice at Tier 9, but with a modified Leopard 1-esque of a turret, also autoreloader 105mm compared to the Russian server's 90mm autoreloader. So not exactly the 5-round clip with very good penetration, but this thing has 250mm pin for a 90 with 5 rounds. This vehicle has 105 with more alpha but less penetration. So slight difference, also down tiered, but plays more like a traditional Italian medium tank than the Felice. Felice is like a Chimera or M37 improved of a playstyle, assault medium tank compared to support sniper of a vehicle, but this thing does compete for the spot at Tier 8 against the Progetto M35 model 1946. But it's not a bad looking vehicle. It is a sniper support, plays like traditionally any of the Progettos, so you'll get used to it. But yeah, the Felice is a weird vehicle when you think about it. None of the Italian medium tanks plays like it. It's also a premium at Tier 9. What's also funny is the Russian server doesn't have it. They also don't have the Taro, which was debuted along with the Felice, but alright, they get some vehicles, we get other vehicles, mix and match. But this vehicle is like any other Leopard 1s. We have a lot of Leopard 1s. Some of them turn into tank destroyers, some of them turn into French or actual German, but standard B is like a Leopard 1, kinda, I guess. There are American Leopard 1s too, in a sense, like the AMBT, kinda looks like it, slightly, but it's a popular design, it works, but not a bad looking vehicle. Does it work as well as the Progetto M35? That is the main question, but now you can actually play it in frontline rather than at Tier 9, right? So a few upsides, but the 90 seems kind of more devastating with more pin at a tier higher, even though the alpha isn't as high. So let's take a look at the stats, but only 300 alpha for a 105, so more like the AMX 5100s in a sense, but penetration's alright. Gold shell has more pin, so spam all the gold like any other Progettos, but does punch 60 more alpha, so a quarter more than the standard 90, but takes longer to reload, obviously. Actually takes about 22 seconds for 3 rounds complete reload on the Progetto. This thing takes about 15 seconds more for 1 extra shell in the clip, or 1 extra larger caliber of the 105 compared to 3 rounds of 90. So you reload at 2 rounds of the 105 in the same time as 3 rounds of the 90, in a sense, but 2.5 seconds between each shot, not that bad. 3-round clip. Aim time accuracy could be better, but it's a larger caliber gun for a medium, so a few trade-offs. 40 rounds. Potential damage might be a thing, might be a problem on this vehicle. So only about 12,000 potential damage. Could be a downside, but 8 degrees gun depression, 20 elevation, 4-man crew, fits all the Progettos. 50 kilometers per hour top speed, 22 horsepower per ton ratio. Not half bad. Hull traverse, turret traverse, kind of like a slow medium tank. Not the worst, but health seems about the same as the Progetto. 200mm of turret armor with a mantlet that looks like the Leopard 1. So Leopard 1s are kind of funny. They can actually bounce. Surprisingly, some of the shots aim at the mantlet. It's not often, but it does do so. This thing could also bounce if hauled down, but remains to be seen. Otherwise, paper armor for a sniper medium tank. View range about the same as the M35 Progetto. Radio standard. So what do you get out of this vehicle than the popular M35 Progetto, or the Progetto in that sense? Well, you do get more alpha, but accuracy aim time remains to be slightly worse for the trade-off, right? And penetration is about 5mm less or so, but let's see. Let's compare. Original Felice at tier 9. Russians don't have it for some reason. The same body. But the Progetto, actually, I thought it was 220. Never mind. 240 alpha. And DPM without the rammer is obviously a little bit better, but not much. Better accuracy, better aim time. Yep. 9 degrees gun depression, and slightly faster turret traverse speed. So 34 seconds to reload entire clip compared to about 25 seconds. It's also faster between each shot. 2 seconds again, compared to 2.5 is about the same. It's about the same, but all of them are 3 rounds in the clip, so not exactly 5 rounds. 5 rounds will be broken at tier 8 in a sense. You'll devastate tier 6. Like, no question. But I mean, 300 alpha seems kind of meh for only 3 rounds, right? Kind of meh. I mean, then again, it's 900 alpha burst compared to about 700 alpha burst with the 90. But if this vehicle has 4 rounds with about the same DPM, I feel it will be a lot better. But it doesn't surprise a lot of the players with the alpha burst in a sense. I mean, you do have somewhat more capable turret front, debatable, right? But health is actually less by 50 than this vehicle. What? I thought it was about the same. Armor is not going to compete. Yeah, this thing doesn't have armor. So you are sniper, you are support, but this thing doesn't have armor. Let's see, mobility. About 21 with the turbocharger. This thing has 22 without the turbocharger. So it goes faster to rev, but this thing has better top speed. So it's a 55 without the turbocharger. So there are a few trade-offs. This thing weighs more? It weighs more by 5 tons. Maybe because some of the equipments, but yeah, about the same weight too. 15.8% camo compared to better camo. Okay, that's fine, slightly by 0.5%, but less camo while moving. And same view range, presumably. I think it's the same view range. 380 seems about the same. Let's see, Progetto M35. There's a lot of freaking tier 8s. You can practically make a whole game out of tier 8s. 390, I thought it was 380. So, yeah, a few trade-offs. You have worse accuracy, longer aim time, less DPM, less top speed, but better engine power, less health. Why the hell do I have better camo? Huh? There's nothing camo trained on this vehicle. I don't have the crew. I have a camo on this thing? No, I don't. Different stats in value? How the hell do you have 14% camo or 15% camo when nothing's dedicated to the freaking field mods? I'm an idiot. Okay, field mods. Yeah, a lot better base camo, surprisingly. Yeah, not counting the field mods. I completely forgot about that. Surprisingly how crap the camo is on the Progetto. Yeah, only 12%? That sucks. So you have better engine power. So better top speed on the Progetto, but you rev up faster on the Prototipo. Less view range, but better camo, so slight trade-off, right? I don't know. Feels fine to me, but this thing would benefit with one more round in the autoreloader clip. But then again, the same applies to the Progetto M35. It doesn't feel that bad, right? The camo is surprisingly good. Turret armor might be decent, only 170 compared to 200. So the matlet might be 200. The base of the turret front is 170 or so. Could surprisingly bounce a few shots, maybe. But yeah, the first shell to reload is the longest. The last shell is 9 seconds. You cannot fit a rammer. It's an auto-reloader, but it's not the worst. I don't think it's the worst, right? You have the flexibility of the gun. It's not autoloader in that sense. You have the camo to be slightly more stealthy and better engine power to get to the places a little bit faster to rev, or going through city blocks and making tight corners. But potential damage might be a downside. Only 12,000, so 40 rounds might be a problem. But if this thing has 50, I think it will be a little bit better. I don't know. It feels fine to me, right? But Progetto M35 is one of the most popular Tier 8 medium tanks. It got nerfed. So it got nerfed, but still remains popular. This vehicle feels not that bad. I mean, if you're more aggressive in some cases with worse accuracy, longer aim time, but you have the turret armor sometimes to bounce the shots. And 8 degrees gun depression will help out. But I don't know. It might still be popular, right? There are a few trade-offs in comparison to the actual Progetto, but it doesn't feel that bad, right? Doesn't feel really that bad. So equipment-wise, obviously, turbocharger to make it go faster, optics, vertical stabilizer, the classic setup for medium tanks. You cannot fit a rammer, unfortunately, and I don't think you need improved hardening or enhanced gun lane drive, better accuracy. I don't think you need that. Not really. It's alright. It's workable right now. And the field mods will help, but it's fine. I think it's fine for now. So just take your time to aim, and it is 2.5 seconds between each shot, so theoretically you should be fully aimed between each shot. Should be. But yeah, optics, turbocharger, vertical stabilizer, the classic setup. Field mods wise, first one is better traverse or less penalty to a damaged gun or engine. I say better traverse. 35 degrees per second is not the best, right? It's not the greatest. 36.5. So about the same. Yeah, about the same as the Progetto. Go with better traverse. My break-off point or standard of traverse for medium is about 45 degrees per second. So that's a good spot, the Goldilocks zone for traverse for me. But if you need more time, then obviously faster traverse. You're not supposed to be getting hit. So less penalty to a damaged engine doesn't mean that much, right? So you're not supposed to be getting hit or close range. Therefore, better hull traverse and better turret traverse. Second one is dispersion while moving or aim circle size. Now, the Progetto has very good accuracy. I've gone with dispersion, so you can actually shoot while moving. This vehicle is slightly different, but I still feel like you want better dispersion while moving, right? You want to shoot and move, not just snipe. It's a Grill 15 effect. The Grill 15 has amazing accuracy, but horrendous dispersion while moving. So this one's up to you, but I would recommend better dispersion while moving. It doesn't apply to turret traverse dispersion, but I feel like it should be better while moving to poke up and down like a gopher with the haul down tactics. Sometimes you could bounce with the mantlet. And finally, reverse speed or camo. You already have very good camo baseline compared to the Progetto. Might as well get more. And with the turbocharger, there's no downside that much to reverse speed, even though you have longer repair time for your tracks. You're not supposed to be getting hit. You're not supposed to. So yeah, better camo. This vehicle is weird. It's obviously different on the Russian server. This autoreloader 90 is debatable, right? It's very quick to aim. Accuracy is not that bad too, but DPM is obviously questionable for a tier 9. Same applies to the alpha damage, but you do have 5 rounds, so theoretically it's 1,200 damage burst for 46 seconds. And wow, horsepower per ton ratio is pretty close, but yeah, 10 kilometers per hour top speed less is pretty dramatic. That's only 70 on the turret compared to 170. Really? Yeah, the mantlet is a big chunk, but the mantlet is 180 or 70 behind it. So theoretically you could bounce a few with the actual mantlet. But it remains to be seen how actual thickness of the turret front without the mantlet is. On paper it's 170, so might be a lot better than the Russian server, but hull armor is practically the same garbage. Camo, about the same camo. And 10 meters less for a tier lower, that's fine. Yeah, less health by 300. I don't know, the gun feels a little bit more interesting at a higher tier. Usually you have a autoreloader 105 for a tier 9, right? Not a 90. Who the hell uses a 90mm at tier 9? You'll be easily defeated by S-Tank with only a 90mm. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel that bad, right? It feels kind of fair in a sense. There are a few trade-offs in comparison to the Progetto M35, but it feels fine. It doesn't feel that bad. You have about the same penetration and stuff, but this thing has only 45 rounds. God, that sucks. Yeah, you run out of shells if you spam too much in the Progetto. Yeah, it doesn't have as big of a problem with only 45 rounds. It still is a potential damage problem with only 40 rounds of 300 alpha, but it's a little bit better than this vehicle. Potential damage? Yeah, the potential damage on the Progetto is kind of crap. The same thing applies to the original 30 rounds of the 105 on the back chat. Potential damage on that vehicle is like sub 12,000. So yeah, that was a problem. They buffed it to 50 rounds. This could be a problem if you spam too much. But overall, I don't think it's that bad of a vehicle. I think it's fine. It just competes with the M35. There are a few players that wants the more alpha trade-off for a better surprise of a burst, but I see not that many downsides. You could throw a few shots with the mantlet. Surprisingly, the mobility is not that bad other than the top speed, but could be helped with the turbocharger. So overall, I'll give it a 6, maybe 6.5 as a premium. It doesn't feel that bad to me, not really. I mean, it doesn't feel that off of a playstyle in comparison to something of a Felice. The Felice is weird. That's a Chimera for a whole branch that doesn't play like the Chimera. It's a big caliber. It's a very big caliber gun. 127? 127. I think it's the same gun on the 𝗣𝗿cie, just a different skin or so. But the 𝗣𝗿cie. But yeah, this doesn't play like any other Italian medium tank, right? You have Supertest that plays the same as a M47. Fine. You have, actually, there are a few assault medium tanks for Americans, technically. So you get used to the playstyle, but Sherman Jumbo, assault medium tank, compared to the EZ8. Italians are different. This thing is a tank destroyer turret on a medium tank chassis. So yeah, the Contraccaro turret, the tank destroyer turret, on a medium tank chassis. It's 120 at the hull front. It's boosted. So this is a modified, arbitrary modification to the hull front. But yeah, it's only 70 on the actual Prototipo thing. So 70, right? 70. So not exactly the same hull armor thickness, but shape-wise, that's about the same shape or so. So definitely not 120 upper plate. 120 is also not that great for a medium tank. It's workable, but it's still not that great. You still get pinned at this angle. So I mean, unless it's like 250 or something, which is not the case, but yeah. It's okay. It's a 6.5 at the end of the day. It feels at home if you play the Progetto. It's fine. It's definitely fine. Well, there you go, folks. The Prototipo 6 could be in Holiday Ops boxes, but they have been dumping a lot of vehicles prior to Holiday Ops. So we might get to see the Felice. The Felice has been nerfed on the Supertest, so we could see the Felice in Holiday Ops, but this vehicle, kind of unlikely if the Felice gets too much attention, right? You don't want to have 2 Italian medium tanks in Holiday Ops. Right, kind of biased, but for now, not that bad of a vehicle, right? Could be Marathon, I'm thinking, but otherwise, it's okay, it's workable, definitely fine. 6 to 6.5 for a premium. But as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.